So I've been mining for a little while now. I've got about 100 Void Opals already. Pretty much just lay on that pulse wave scanner. Just keep hitting it. You're gonna see a lot of them light up. But a lot of them are very like oblong, funny shaped, and they're lighting up really orange. The ones you're gonna look for are gonna light up a very bright yellow. Like, and they're gonna be bright from far away. It's gonna be easy to spot them. Like that right there in front of me. I'm in a really good ring right now, so yeah, you see how that's really bright yellow and it's got that like grid look to it? See how it's like lighting up weird, the grid look? That's what you want to see. And then it's got that really bright color to it, even when you're close, like that. This is going to definitely be some kind of a core asteroid. It's not always going to be Void Opals or whatever the hotspot you're in, but okay, see, like that's Granditerite. I don't want that. I'm not worried about trying to sell that, so I'm not even going to bother with it. I know that there's definitely lots of Void Opals. I've only been in this ring for a little while now, so I pulled a whole ton out in just a matter of maybe like 40 minutes. I've got like 100. So I know I will find something. But you basically want to keep pointing towards the asteroids that light up really bright from really far away, that aren't like really funny shaped. Like, they're more round than the other ones. They're not perfectly round. A lot of people say they look like popcorn or something. But like that one, the way that that one directly in front of me is lighting up, that's another core asteroid. See how it's so much brighter? It has this kind of like a bumpy sphere, kind of like a popcorn shape. That's gonna definitely have a core in it, and maybe even that one to the left a little bit. This is, like I said, this is a really good hotspot that I have here, so. And then we just fire and limp it, target the limpet, wait for it to hit, and core detected Void Opals. Okay. So now, once you got a limpet on it and it detects a core, you're gonna get, first of all, you'll get targets for deposits. We're not worried about these. These are just whatever other shit is in the asteroid, like lithium hydroxide. We don't care about that. What we want are the targets that say asteroid fissure. On the bottom left, you'll see that it says it's average strength. Now I'll show you right now how the seismic launcher works. When you charge it, if you look at the target, it's got 3 sets of lines. The bottom is low power, the middle is medium power, and then the top one is high power. So since it says average strength on that one, we want to give that one like a medium charge. So right about there. Okay.
Sequence initiated.
You want to try to. There's people that say, you know, hit the low ones with high, whatever. Yeah, I just try to do it the right way, and it always works out. Low, you can just tap it or hold it for just a second. And then now on the top right, you'll see that gauge. Now what we want is for that gauge to go up in the blue perfectly. So we want to keep setting charges on the fissures until that gauge is in the blue. Now it's just barely in the blue. We want it to be like most of those lines going right exactly into the blue. Now if you get close like this where I'm starting to get it, you can put lower power charges on the fissures, doesn't matter what strength they are. Like this one, I'll hit it a little bit, maybe find another one. I try not to overpower it, basically, because if you overpower it, then you're going to have to disarm some through your contacts panel. Like that. See, now, if you look at it, it's in the red, so I need to disarm one. And all this time we got a timer, because we got 42 seconds left to do this, so you don't want to waste time screwing around.
Seismic charge disarmed.
Okay, now with that one disarmed, we're exactly in the blue. Perfect. Okay, so now we get a little bit of distance between us and the asteroid. And if we don't want to wait the whole time, we only got 19 seconds left. But if we're already done and we don't want to wait, we can go over to detonate now. And that'll start the timer at 10 seconds. Then you can go ahead and switch over to your collectors and abrasion blaster. And open your cargo scoop. And now this is going to separate the asteroid into like 4, 5, 6 pieces. And now you're going to start seeing these other targets. These other targets are Void Opal deposits that are stuck. We're going to need to use the abrasion blaster to knock those loose. But before you do anything, you can start releasing all your collectors. Let them start going to work. Because there's already going to be some that are loose floating around. And then, you want to go up here and you want to try to be careful. If you get too close to the middle, your windshield's going to start freezing over, and you'll notice your heat will drop really low. If you can hit these from the outside, that's the best thing to do.
Collector limit expired.
Just use your abrasion blaster to knock them loose.
Programming limpet drone.
Well, my collectors all just committed suicide, so...
Programming limpet drone. Programming limpet drone.
But you can just kind of let your collectors do their thing.
Collector limit expired.
And knock these all loose. You will go through a lot of collectors doing this. They like to run into the asteroid and commit suicide like little lemmings. So you just want to go around and knock all these pieces loose.
Programming limpet drone.
Let your limpets do their job. Damn, my limpets are killing themselves.
Programming limpet drone.
Usually they don't kill themselves this
Programming
much.
limpet drone.
Typically, you only have 1 or 2 die per asteroid too early. Knock all of them loose. We got one more over here.
Collector limit expired. Programming limpet
Doing
drone.
this will also teach you a lot about learning how to like maneuver, because you could easily bump into some stuff and take your shields down in here, so you want to be really careful. Alright, then you can go to your contacts and you can check. The Void Opals, they're all knocked loose. If they weren't knocked loose, you'd see a different looking symbol. Instead of like where the rocks are, you can see a different looking symbol next to where it says Void Opals. And you just let them pick them all up and do their job and fill up all your cargo. Once you get really good, the hard thing is just learning how to spot them, learning how to identify them, so you're not just firing prospectors at every single asteroid that glows, because a lot of them are going to glow, but only a small percentage are actually going to be core asteroids. Once you learn, all the core asteroids are going to be like the same character model, they're the same shape. They're all basically copies of the same exact shaped asteroid. So once you get good at spotting that one shape, and the way that they light up really bright from far away, you won't have any issues at all. I mean, you'll be making credits like crazy. I mean, I've like all week long, you know, I've made 300 million, 360 million or whatever it is every night, just in a couple hours after work. Alright, here's another thing that happens. Sometimes the Void Opals will glitch right through the asteroid and float right inside the asteroid. That one's right on the edge, but they will float right into the middle of the asteroid, and the collectors won't be able to get it. I usually just wait a minute or two. If the collector can't get it, I'll move on. I'm not going to keep messing around waiting. But there you go. Once you get them all, go ahead and close your scoop, and then you want to slowly move away, because it's so foggy, it's hard to see, you don't want to bump into anything. And then once you start getting out, you'll start seeing stars, and you'll be able to get out safely and get away from the cloud. And you'll see that it does leave behind a pretty significant, big, huge cloud. But that's pretty much all it takes, really. I mean, that one asteroid was 20 void opals from that one asteroid. That's, what is that? That's like 32 million credits from one asteroid. What I like to do when I get done with one is fly in a little circle, because a lot of times they will spawn in clusters. And I'm not seeing any over here, but they will spawn within the distance where they'll load close to each other. A lot of times. So you want to do a little sweep. Oh, there's one right there. Right there. So I spotted that right away. And I guarantee you that that's one right there. Just from the way that it lit up really intensely from so far away. Even though it's not that bright yellow color yet, you can tell when it lights up that bright from that far away, it's gonna have a core. You can just tell. Yeah, see, when you start getting close, you can start really being able to tell that it's different from the other ones. And then you start seeing that grid pattern. And sometimes, sometimes you'll get lucky. You'll see 2, 3, 4 of them spawning like right around each other, and it gets overwhelming because then you're trying to remember which direction they are, so you can hit one after another, and it gets crazy. Let's see what this is.
Prospector limpet engaged.
Oh, I didn't target my limpet. Okay, Grant did it right.
Asteroid scan.
Actually, you know what? That might be the one that I fucking put a limpet on just a few minutes ago. I'm not sure, but that might be that one. But it gives you an idea how you can spot them. Since I'm not after Grant did it right, or whatever the hell, I can worry about that. See if I can identify one more at least here. Which in this ring, in this hotspot, this area, it doesn't take long. Usually I'll find one right after another, very quickly here. I've probably only had to fly around for like maybe 5 minutes a couple times here and there. It really doesn't take long here. Like there's one right there. That's one. Yep. That sure is. Oh, no it's not. Even I'll be fooled sometimes. Yep, it's not. Never mind. Waste a prospector on that. But that was the right color. It's just the wrong shape.
Collector limit expired.
Let's see. Let's see at least one more here.
Collector limit expired.
You'll see, you get a lot of them that light up nice and bright like these ones, but none of these are going to be core asteroids. I'll tell you right now. Another thing is when you get close to the ones that you might mistake for a core asteroid, you'll see it barely lights up. You get close to it and it's barely lighting up like that, it's no good. But what I do is just, I'll a bunch of brightish ones, and I'll just kind of head in that direction. And I try to move in the same general direction all the time, so I don't end up going in circles or doing what I did a couple minutes ago and checking the same asteroid twice, and probably the same asteroid. Bright gold asteroid. Void Opals. Alright, see, it's just like that.
Asteroid scan
and
complete.
as you can tell, there is a lot of them here at this location.
Detonation sequence initiated.
Usually I work really quick when I do this. I mean, I've blown up hundreds of these damn things, so I'm really used to getting this done. Once you do this for a little while, you get really good at it. It's not hard to get good at it. Alright, right in the optimum range.
Flight assist off.
Flip around.
Flight assist on. Detonation in 10 seconds.
Open the scoop. Switch over to collectors and bridge
Programming
blasters.
limpet
Start
drone.
dropping collectors.
Programming limpet drone.
See right there, it says 10 resource chunks free.
Programming limpet
That means that there's 10 floating around loose right now. That doesn't mean there's 10 total in the asteroid. Once we use the abrasion blaster on all the other ones to loosen them up, there's probably twice as many as it originally says when you blow it up. Total. Alright, there's one. Yeah, abrasion blasting, that takes a little while to learn too. Especially because you gotta get used to which hard point the blaster's mounted to, because it's gonna shoot a little bit to the side that it's mounted to. Like here, I think I got it on my left side, so it's gonna hit just a hair left of directly center. Like right there, it went too far left, even when I aimed right in the middle. So I aimed a little to the right,
limpet drone.
And I keep the abrasion blaster with the collector limpets in the same firing group. That way I don't get distracted changing firing groups, you know, while I'm shooting these things to loosen them. We got 3 left. There's right there. And then what I do is I put the prospecting limpets with the seismic charges. Because I'll be pulse wave scanning, and then when I see one that I want to shoot a prospector at, as soon as that prospector shows it has a core, I'm going to want to start dropping seismic charges on it. So I keep those two together, and then I keep the collectors and the abrasion blasters
Collector
together.
limpet expired.
But as you can see, I'm stacking them up pretty quick. And as long as you can find them quickly, you'll fill up your cargo hold really quick. And, you know, 192 Void Opals in a Python, the way I have this set up, it's for like 360 million credits. It's really profitable. If you can get good at it, it's really profitable. But yeah, that's about it right there. Good luck.